when I stood before my wife and the man she betrayed me with. I thought I'd already reached the lowest point of my life, but I hadn't. They sat side by side in the courtroom, hands folded neatly, faces composed as if they had nothing to hide. She wore black, pretending to mourn a marriage she had already buried. He leaned in and whispered something to her before the hearing started. I caught the smirk on his face, the same smug grin I'd seen countless times when he was still my closest friend. Then my lawyer rose. "Your Honor, we have one more witness." The words shattered the silence like glass breaking. The room went still. My wife's fingers twitched, her expression shifted, a flicker of unease crossing her face. The doors opened, and the sound of footsteps filled the air. When I saw who entered, my breath caught in my throat. "No, it can't be," I muttered. And in that instant, the web of lies she had woven began to unravel. Months before that day, I believed I was a decent husband. Maybe not perfect, but loyal. I trusted her, believed every word she said when she told me I was imagining things. The late-night calls, sudden errands, her phone going dark the moment I walked in. She said I was paranoid, that she needed space. I wanted to believe her until one night. She came home smelling faintly of another man's cologne. It wasn't mine, sharper, unfamiliar. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I watched. Her smiles when she texted, the way her hand clung to her phone like it was sacred, the distance in her eyes when we sat across from each other at breakfast. I stopped wondering if she was lying and started wondering how long it had been going on. The first clue came from our phone bill. Hundreds of messages to one number. A name I recognized. Daniel, my best friend, the man who stood beside me on my wedding day. I remember staring at that bill in the dark kitchen, the numbers glowing like scars on paper. No anger, just a numb sort of clarity. I copied everything, stayed calm, acted normal. That's when my quiet investigation began. Phone records, bank transactions, location data, and finally, a DNA test of my daughter, because the doubts had started to rot me from the inside. When the results arrived, I couldn't open the envelope for an hour. My hands shook, and when I finally read it, the words confirmed what my heart already knew. She wasn't mine. I waited a week before confronting her. We were in the living room, surrounded by the ghosts of happier times. I handed her the envelope. She smiled, thinking it was a gift. "What's this?" she asked. "Proof," I said. Her smile faded as she read. Her lips trembled. "It doesn't change anything," she whispered. "She's still your daughter." "You mean our daughter?" I asked quietly. No answer. Just silence, the kind that exposes everything words can't. She tried to justify it. I was distant. Daniel was there. It just happened. I didn't argue. I simply turned away and walked out, leaving her to the wreckage she created. The next morning, I filed for divorce. She fought back, claimed emotional abuse, tried to twist the story. But I was ready. I had every piece of truth lined up like dominoes waiting to fall. In court, she sat beside Daniel, pretending to cry. He looked sure of himself, almost proud. My lawyer spoke again. "Your Honor, one more witness." The doors opened. Daniel's wife walked in. Her eyes were red, her hands trembling, but she stood tall. She spoke about their affair, the secret meetings, the hidden pregnancy, the lies. And then she handed over a small USB drive. The footage played, grainy but clear enough. My wife and Daniel in a motel hallway, laughing, kissing, oblivious to the camera. The room fell silent. Even the judge didn't speak for a long time. I didn't look at them. I didn't need to. That silence, heavy, final, was victory enough. That's what truth sounds like when it finally takes its place. Quiet and undeniable. After the ruling, I stepped outside. The air felt different, lighter, almost clean. She called my name from behind. Once. Twice. I didn't turn around. Some words don't deserve to be answered. People think revenge is loud. Anger, shouting, destruction. But real revenge is silence. It's watching someone drown in the truth they tried to bury. Months later, she sent a letter asking for forgiveness. I never replied. The man who loved her no longer existed. He was buried with the life she destroyed. Now, when I look at myself in the mirror, I see peace, the kind that comes after fire. I've learned love isn't blind. It's just too willing to close its eyes. And somewhere out there, she's still trapped in that courtroom moment. The instant her smile died and mine was finally born.